Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, faculty, and staff, good morning. At this time, please take your seats as we invite to the microphone the Reverend Dr. John Zimmerman to conduct the invocation of the ceremony.
Let us pray. O God, in whom we have our being, in whom we place our confidence and trust, hear our prayer. O God, you're known by many names and approached by many paths. We seek this morning your abiding presence, so that this commencement ceremony may be enhanced in meaning, and it may be an uplifting and meaningful experience for each one of us. We ask that you would help us to appreciate more profoundly the ways in which this ceremony represents a milestone in the lives of these graduates, not as an ending, but as a beginning, as they proceed to higher degrees and positions in their chosen fields and professions. May we find and experience in this ceremony both celebration and challenge, and in the tension between them, may we once again encounter the mystery of your Spirit. And may your presence be reflected in the excitement of the class of graduates. May it echo in the announcement of their names as they step across the platform, and may it resonate in the words of inspiration and wisdom that will be shared with us by our speakers. Oh God, we look with special favor upon our college community. Help us to remain faithful to our historic mission, to become all that we can be in serving the career and educational needs of our students. And may we always be untiring in our commitment to prepare them for constructive and purposeful lives. And especially we thank you, O God, for keeping safe all those who represent and attend the college in their comings and goings across the world. And we thank you for all those whom we have entrusted into your eternal care. Be with us now as we recognize the achievement of our graduates. May their lives always reflect a positive and purposeful sense of direction and a dedication to promote peace and justice. Help them to find the best paths to follow in the future as they pursue their careers and professions. Give them faith to believe in the possibility of change and the resolve to make right decisions. And guide them by your Spirit. And help them to hold firm to the vision which you have awakened in them, the vision of them realizing their full potentials. O God, who art the guardian of all our yesterdays and the hope of all our tomorrows, it is our prayer this commencement morning that you would open wide our minds and hearts to the wider horizons of the future. Liberate us from the narrow and restricting views of our outgrown past. Make us willing to learn new truths and be open to new ideas and understandings. And help us to prepare for the needs of the age to come. Grant, O God, to this end, that our mental horizons may be continually enlarged, that our practical endeavors may be extended, and that our service to humanity may be increased. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the microphone the president of Kendall College, Ms. Emily Williams-Knight.
Good morning. Good morning. Excellent. Board of Directors, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, family, and friends, and most importantly, to our graduates. Welcome to the 2014 Kendall College Commencement Exercise. It is an honor to stand before such a talented and accomplished group of graduates, to share just a few words and to celebrate all you have accomplished. Each year, I draft a heartfelt speech and try to share some words of wisdoms about what I've learned throughout the course of my life and my career. As I thought about this class and so many of the incredible stories and journeys you've taken, I decided that this time I would tell you a story. A story that I told the faculty and staff when I first arrived to Kendall College from Dallas, Texas 2.5 years ago. So here we go. There was a gentleman named Bill Birch who grew up on a farm in Utah. As a young boy growing up on this farm, they maintained a working farm with lots of cattle and they sold products. But they also kept a small 2-acre patch of land that Bill's father would use to try to see how much yield he could get out if he took very, very good care of that land. Oh, baby. Sorry, I'm a mommy too, so I can't help but hear that. One evening, his dad was reading the local paper and learned that Utah State had developed a new hybrid sweet corn, the very best corn that you could find. His dad turned to his mom and said, "Lil, write the university and get us some of those seeds." During that same time, Bill's family had entered some calves into the Utah State Fair. He and his siblings worked very hard to take care of these cattle. They perfumed them, they brushed them, and they made sure they were going to be stars in the big show. It was at that same show that Bill was walking through one of the exhibits, and he noticed a beautiful panoramic display of seeds. Someone had taken the time to glue various seeds onto a board depicting landscapes. There were mountain ranges with snow-capped peaks, blue skies, and green fields. But on each corner, there was a giant cluster of Indian corn. Well, Bill had never seen Indian corn before, and the gentleman at the exhibit noticed Bill's excitement and reached down and handed him an ear. All winter long, no television, no radio, Bill would just admire the colors of this corn. And when he heard his dad was going to plant those 2 acres, he wasn't stupid. He knew it would get the very best care, the rich fertilizer and the first turn at the water. So when his dad went out to plant the hybrid corn, Bill ran to his room and husked off just a few kernels of Indian corn and went down and placed them, not in the field, but on the very outside edge of the ditch bank, just a couple of kernels. For the rest of the summer, he didn't mind getting up early to water that patch or stay up late weeding the cornfield. And then late in the summer, he was in the barn milking the cows when he heard, "Bill!" He said, "Oh no." And he heard it again, "Bill!" He said, "Oh, that's my dad." He dropped the milk bucket, he ran to the center of the field where his father was standing. His father was taking an ear of corn. This is my little visual. And instead of seeing the yellow corn, he pulled it back and he saw this. "Bill, what did you do?" his father said. "Nothing, Dad, nothing." "Bill, what did you do?" "Dad, I promise I didn't do anything." His father said one more time, "Bill, what did you do?" He said, "Dad, I planted just a couple kernels in the very outside of the field." But what Bill didn't realize is that a little honeybee had come willy-nilly through the field and had touched down on his ear of corn before flying back through the field. And everywhere that little bee visited for just a few seconds, it changed the life of an ear of corn. Now I ask you, If a little honeybee can change an entire field of corn, what can a Kendall College graduate with real intent do in this world? You are prepared, you are ready, and I cannot wait to see the impact I know you are all going to make. Never lose confidence in yourselves. Make a positive and lasting impact every place you go, and most important, with every person you meet, even if it's just for a few seconds. Now, we are so proud of you. I ask the graduates to sit back, to celebrate, and to bask in the most incredible accomplishment. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen and candidates, please welcome to the microphone the chairman of the Board of Directors for Kendall College, Mr. Lee McGee.
So good morning. It's my privilege to be the chairman of the board of Kendall College, and I'd just like to say on behalf of the board to you graduates that we really congratulate you for all your hard work. We know it's been tough, but you're well prepared. And secondly, we can't go without congratulating those parents and friends that supported you. And I know you know that most of you wouldn't have made it without that, so we congratulate you for that. So I just want to say that I had the opportunity, and Emily, don't get too nervous. I'm not going on script here. I won't talk more than 30 minutes. In all seriousness, I had the opportunity yesterday to probably talk to 15 or so graduates and students for a little bit of time. And I will tell you, over the last 10 years in my career interviewing people, I probably in 5 minutes of conversation know that I wouldn't hire 1 out of 10. Yesterday, I probably would hire 14 out of 15 of the people that I spoke with. And it's a real tribute to these students and their preparation and their enthusiasm. They had professionalism, work ethic, which mean a lot. And so I just want to say that to you. It really is important. We know how good this college is. And I have to tell you that we got to take a moment, and I want to recognize on behalf of the board, President Knight, the faculty, the excellent faculty and staff of this institution who have prepared these students well for graduation, and more importantly, prepared them for their careers. And I really would like a round of applause for them for that. So I'll take a moment, and I'd like to introduce some colleagues on the board that were able to be here today. I'll start with Dr. Beverly Bryant. Beverly. She has over 30 years' experience in higher education. She's a director of hospitality and tourism administration at North Carolina Central University School of Business. Al Capitanini, managing director, balanced asset strategies, and consultant for Italian Village restaurants. If you hadn't been there, you should go. That's not a commercial, it's just a testimonial. David Kipley, president and CEO, Construction Methods and Technologies. Carol Kaiser, Hospitality Management Chair Emeritus at Columbus State Community College. Currently, she's a food service and hospitality educational consultant. Roger McKinney, Vice President and Chief Financial Officer of Laureate Global Products and Services. And Dr. Robert Rourke, a higher education consultant and executive coach for the Center for Creative Leadership in Colorado Springs. So thank you all, and at this point in time, I'm pleased to welcome to the podium the Dean of the School of Education, Dr. Paul Busini.
Good morning. Are you ready? All right. Welcome to Kendall College Commencement 2014. My name is Paul Busini. I am the Dean of the School of Education here at Kendall. Today is truly a momentous occasion for all of us. While commencement marks an end of one particular journey, It also signifies the beginning of many, many others. We at Kendall College celebrate with all of you your accomplishments, your commitment, and the completion of your respective degrees. And we take pride in knowing we had a place in your journey. Also, a momentous occasion today, introducing the first School of Education student as the student speaker at commencement. Our student speaker this year, she is an individual who was both nominated and supported by her peers, is a true embodiment of the mission and vision of Kendall and an ambassador for her chosen field of study. She is described by instructors, staff, colleagues, and yes, even fieldwork supervisors as an excellent student and exemplary teacher, one who perseveres with integrity, upholds the highest ideals of standards and professionalism, and models personal responsibility and leadership. On the personal side, she is a wife, mother of 6, two of her children attend college, with a third on her way. Yes. She has been an educator for 17 years, is active in her community, is an evangelist and deaconess in her church, and an active member of the Alpha Chi Honor Society. She is a shining example of the light of knowledge and lives by her own motto, I do what I have to do until I can do what I want to do. It is my privilege and honor to introduce to you today your student speaker for Kendall College Commencement 2014, Miss Dushanda Henderson.
President Knight, Dr. Hilleshine, Board of Directors, Administration, faculty, staff, guests, and fellow graduates. Good morning and welcome to Kendall College Commencement 2014. My name is Dushanda Henderson and I am the first student in the School of Education to be asked to represent Kendall at commencement. It is truly an honor to be the student speaker for this year's graduating class of 2014. I am most humbled and full of joy to stand before you today to give thanks. I want to thank you, the students, for finding me worthy to speak on your behalf. My years at Kendall have been wonderful, filled with trials, tribulations, joy, stress, sleepless nights, and lots of homework. But this moment confirms it was all worth it. I wish to thank the administration, the deans, my professors, and academic advisors for encouraging and preparing us with the tools and resources needed to finish our course of study. I wish to express a special thanks to the Department of Family and Support Services of the City of Chicago for the scholarship and opportunities to continue my studies. A special thanks to Dr. Busini and the School of Education for helping those funding opportunities to continue. To our spouses, especially mine, thank you for putting up with our burning candles of both ends and microwave dinners so we can complete our assignments and meet deadlines. To our children, especially mine, thank you for your understanding and empathy when we forgot something you needed for school or not giving you 100% that you deserve because a discussion post was due. Thank you to our parents, families, additional family members, and BFF, especially mine, for your compassion and forgiveness when we missed a family event or an email that went without a response because we were trying to make that 12 o'clock midnight Central Standard Time deadline. To our mentors or spiritual advisors, especially mine, we thank you for your prayers and faithfulness in providing advice and encouragement that enabled us to stay in the race to see what the end was going to be. Thank you to the classmates that became friends, especially mine. For holding my arms up when I got tired, for taking notes in my absence, and making sure I had copies, for not just being my study partner, but my prayer partner and friend. Okay. Let's stop crying. To my fellow culinary graduates, I know this journey may not have always been a baker's dozen. To my fellow business graduates, it has not always felt like a binding contract, nor has visiting a host site to complete fieldwork ECE graduates been as hospitable as it could have been if the Kendall hospitality graduates were in charge. While there were no quick scenarios to either field of study, we have finished this course. But we have reached a point where we must move on. Using the knowledge and wisdom we have acquired, as well as the leadership and direction to shake up our industries. As we move forward, it won't be easy. It won't be quick. Sometimes it won't even be fun. But I offer you today, in using the power of the knowledge we gain, can be a source of endurance that keeps us on course. You will be a testimony of victory, purpose, and fulfillment. While studying with my mentor and spiritual advisor, the one thing they continue to teach me, that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but to he that endureth to the end. As an early childhood educator, my personal professional mission is to sow seeds of wisdom and knowledge. As such, it is my duty to use knowledge to empower every child, every family, and every professional and networking associate I encounter with this knowledge. I have personally witnessed how my professional mission has impacted their lives as they return to say how they appreciated my teaching and how I changed their life. While some may not be that receptive, I still know that as a professional, every encounter prepares me for the next one. Although I have won this race, I still have work to do. We have work to do. Our families, community, city, and nation are depending on us all to make an impact. It is time for us to move forward and show our industries we have the vision to recruit, rebuild, and define them. Above all, to give back so that future graduates of Kendall College can be where we are right now. As we leave here today, I want to give you one more homework assignment to complete. I want you to take a copy of your degree, post it in a place you know you are going to see it every day, and speak to it. Tell your degree, today is the day we move ahead with force and passion. Whatever we become, let us use what we have learned, remember the sacrifices we have made, and the encouragement received, and reflect on the laughter and the tears that drove our sojourn into our divine purpose. We have been given a great duty, a great call with the sound of 1,000,000 horns to show everyone we, the 2014 graduating class of Kendall College, have been well prepared to move ourselves and our professions forward. Letting them know we are the users of developmentally appropriate practice, the shift in the global economy, masters of international hospitality, and the gourmets that flourish the food industry. To the culinary graduate, be the secret ingredient to your industry. To the business graduate, be the briefcase that holds the classified information. To the hospitality graduate, be the 5th star of a 5-star rating scale. To the ECE graduate, use good teaching practices to better parents, impact the communities, and a stronger nation. Again, I thank you for this tremendous opportunity. I pray that your destiny will be clear, you meet the right people, and you sow seeds of your own success and move forward. God bless you all, and thank you.
Where's Shonda? You're going to come back, right? Okay. Wow, we have to give one more round of applause for just amazing. Okay, she just left, so I'm hoping. All right. Well, it now gives me great pleasure to introduce today's commencement speaker, the extraordinarily gifted Desiree Rogers. She's the ideal speaker for our impact theme of our graduation because Desiree is a leader who has touched so many lives throughout her career. With a Harvard Business School degree and stellar business experience, Desiree has redefined every leadership position that she has held while playing a major philanthropic role in the communities in which she has lived. A bold visionary, Desiree demonstrated her ability to develop creative solutions during her successful tenure at the Illinois Lottery and in her groundbreaking role as President Obama's social secretary, becoming the first African American to hold this very important post. Desiree is, yes, that's a round of applause. Desiree is currently the CEO of Johnson Publishing Company, home of Ebony and Jet magazines, with over 20 million monthly readers, and serves as chairwoman of Choose Chicago, Chicago's Convention and Tourism Bureau. Wildly known as one of America's most successful businesswomen, it is my great pleasure to introduce Desiree Rogers.
Well. Let's see. Let me get it together here for 1 second. Good morning. graduates, family members, faculty, board of directors, I'm just thrilled to be here this morning to talk to you.